Hey YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I guess I'll just get into this hairstyle real quick. As you can see, this is just mini twists. I guess you call this mini twist Tuesday. I don't know. So I got bored and decided I was gonna do mini twists. Actually, it was a failed braid out. I'm using this new product line, trying to test it out. I won it at some natural hair event. I'll do a review, a product review of it later after I've used it for a month. But I'm also working on my own hair products too, so yeah, I'll get back to you guys on that as well. But yeah, so I tried to do a braid out with no gel. Yeah, needless to say, that didn't really work out so well. I've actually had really good braid outs in the past, but this was not one of them. So actually, I think I've had wash and goes better than this braid out. So basically today I just after seeing the results of that, I was like, okay, no, this is not gonna work. And I went to a nice little mini twist out of mini twist. I haven't done mini twists in a long time, mainly because they take forever to do. I hope you can see all that. I know the lighting isn't the best, but anyway. So I like the way they turned out. They're actually pretty nice and full. That's nice. Anyway, so yeah. These mini twists, they took me too long. It took me more than 3 hours. Let's just say that. But I know someone asked me to do a tutorial on my twist outs. I'm not so sure how I feel about doing tutorials, just because unless it's like a 5-10 minute tutorial, I don't know. And my twist outs are a little bit different. Like, so how I do my twist outs, I actually generally will just use shea butter. And I have this whipped shea butter, the scented shea butter that I use, and I will put a link to like the Facebook page where I get my stuff in the description box. But I like to use that because whenever I get my hair wet, my hair smells like this amazing scent. But my twist, I usually will actually use the shea butter, melt it down, add a little olive oil to it, because you know olive oil penetrates the hair shaft, and it actually and then the shea butter will seal the oil in the water in your hair. And that's what I usually do with my regular twists, while my twists are already damp. And then I kind of just rinse that off a little bit. And then dab with my towel to get the excess oil off. But that actually coats my hair really well, sealing in the moisture really well, and it makes my twist outs last really long, a lot longer than normal. Because with my hair type, especially when my hair was shorter, my twist would just unravel like if the wind blew, or if I got the least bit of water on it, my twist would unravel, and it was really irritating. And then I realized, okay, well maybe my hair just likes to be in a twist out form, because I'm more go with the flow kind of person. So I was like, okay, my hair is telling me it doesn't want to stay in twist, so I guess I'll just work on my twist outs, and my twist outs look really good. So that's kind of like but with this method of melting down the shea butter, add a little olive oil to it, and using that kind of like, I started out as a hot oil treatment experiment because I didn't have any oil, and so I just used shea butter. And then I realized, oh crap, this stuff isn't really rinsing out so well. But it added instant shine to my hair, and it made my twists and my twist outs last so much longer when I did it like that. So as opposed to using gel, which is going to dry your hair out and also make it kind of hard and crunchy, you can use shea butter like that, and it'll seal your hair and seal the moisture in your hair, so keep your hair moisturized. and then also keep your hair defined. And also, like I said, even my twist outs last longer because of that method. So I'm not sure how I'd even do a tutorial on that. And I'm using the camera on my laptop right now, so it'd be kind of awkward trying to show you everything with a laptop camera. Maybe when I upgrade and get like my own handheld digital camera, then we can work on tutorials and stuff like that. And because I'm not even editing videos really right now, so using this camera for a tutorial isn't really ideal. But I did want to address that, and I'm trying to remember what else I had. Some comments on some of my videos. I can't really remember anything else at this point, but I was gonna do a video on my twist out the other day, and then kind of didn't do it. I got lazy. So I guess when I do this, well, I just told you what my twist out method is, and actually I do that right after I do my twists. I'll dampen my hair and then melt the shea butter down, like I was telling you. So if you have any questions, send me a message to my inbox or comment below. And if you have any other ideas for videos, let me know. If you have any questions about me, definitely feel free to ask. I know I get a lot of questions about, just in general, not necessarily on YouTube, but people ask me about my background, and a lot of people will ask me like, "Oh, are you mixed?" And I'm like, "Well, no." My family's mixed. I consider myself black. Both my parents look like me. They're not white. Neither one of them is white, you know. So, but you know, that's a question I get a lot, and I really didn't get that until I went to college, and it was really, really interesting going to Texas from Michigan, my home state, in southeast Michigan, Detroit area, to be exact. That was a very, very different atmosphere from kind of conservative, Republican Texas, where I was at school. So, yeah, people, it was a trip. But and it was the black people that I always got the question from. I was like, "Oh, are you mixed? Is your daddy white?" And I was like, "Oh, wow, that's different." I never had my blackness questioned before, so yeah. So yeah, no, I'm black. I'm mixed with a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll make a video about that later. But you know, but any other questions that you have about me or my hair? The reason I call myself Dr. Henna is because I love henna. I've been using henna for over a year now. I actually haven't been using it in the past few months, but because I'm kind of missing my old texture, because henna gradually does loosen the texture of your hair. So I know when I first started using henna, it was kind of like people weren't sure. At least that's the vibe that I got from the research that I did. I would look on forums and ask people around, like, yeah, I think it might kind of sort of change your texture. No, it changes your texture. If you had any doubt or questions about that, henna loosens your texture. Now, is it gonna take you from 4C to 1A? No. It's not. But it did take me from about 3C to almost 3B. It was a significant change, but it was a gradual change, so it wasn't something that happened overnight. And I used it once a month, except for when I first started. I did it like twice, like once. I think I did them like maybe a week or 2 weeks apart that first month, because I wanted to get the results quick, because I wanted the deep conditioning and the color. I was really, really into that. And I actually got into henna because I had damaged my hair with a blow dryer. Just bored one day, and boredom is the devil, I tell you. But I was just bored one day. I was like, well, let me just blow dry my hair. That was a big mistake. No heat protectant. I didn't know what I was doing. And yeah, so when I wet my hair, and first of all, I didn't even get my hair straight. But then when I wet my hair again, it's like frizz. it just didn't look like anything. It looked like dry straw. So I was really upset about that, and I was about to chop my hair off. And mind you, I was almost 2 years into my hair journey, I believe. So yeah, I had a significant amount of hair, and I was a little upset about that. But instead, I heard about henna and that it was similar to protein. So I was like, well, maybe, just maybe, this might help. Um, Turns out henna is similar to a protein in that it strengthens your hair. However, it is not protein. Like I said, henna will loosen your texture over time, whereas the protein treatment would have redefined my curls. It would have helped my curls to reform. Henna was going to take my hair in the opposite direction and loosen my texture even further. So, and that's because henna is not a protein. And because your hair is made up of keratin, which is protein. What happens is with the protein treatments like which one is that? Apogee is the one that I use, the two-step reconstructor. That one is super duper strong, but it's what I needed. And actually, I could see my curls form back up as it was drying on my hair. The Apogee, so what it does is imagine like a street with potholes in it, right? And the pavement is the protein structure of your hair. And if you have potholes in it, that's heat damage or damage of some kind, right? What a protein treatment does, say, even if you just use eggs and mayo, or if you use Apogee for something that's super for some real damage, say like you have like a sinkhole in the middle of the street, you need Apogee. Well, if you have a sinkhole, you might need to chop that off, but if it doesn't break off. But anyway, but for more serious damage, use one of the synthetic protein treatments. And basically what they do is they fill in those gaps, those potholes, the damaged areas, with amino acids to help reform the structure of the protein. But as you notice with potholes, when you fill them in, when you patch them up, those are only temporary fixes. It's like a Band-Aid, right? A Band-Aid isn't meant to stay on forever. So eventually it wears off, and the only way to fix it is to really replace the road. So eventually, after maybe, I don't know how, depending on what state you're in Michigan, we have potholes galore. So it may be a few years before you get a new road paved. They'll patch it up as much as they can. But eventually you just need to replace it. And so with hair, that means chopping it off. You know. So as your hair grows, that's why we end up trimming it, because the oldest part of our hair is at the ends, and that's usually where the most damage is. So that's what we do. We chop our hair off. You know, we trim it. Or if you have really bad damage that goes up further, you do a mini chop or a big chop. But with me, I tried the henna, and it strengthens your hair, and it binds to the keratin in your hair, similar to a protein treatment, but not in the same way. So whereas the protein, because henna is not protein, it's not going to fill in those gaps in the same way that an actual protein treatment would. A protein treatment is a better fit because it's actual protein. So you're taking something that you're taking the same and putting them back together again. It's like Humpty Dumpty kind of, you know. But if you have two different things, and I'm going to have to come back and explain this over, but suffice it to say, although henna does bind to the hair permanently, and so it does in fact strengthen the hair, because it is not protein, it doesn't bind in the same way, and so you don't get the same effect as a protein treatment as far as if you have damage, like heat damage, and you want your curls to reform. That's not going to happen with henna. That's something I learned. I still love henna because after the third time I used it, it made my hair feel so silky. Oh my god, I was scared to touch my hair. It felt like somebody else's hair. Um, and mind you, my texture hadn't changed at that point. This is like month 2 of using henna. You know, um, my texture didn't change until I guess I I'm not even sure. Maybe half 6 months after using henna. I guess I didn't really realize what was happening because, like I said, it's gradual. So, but I know after that third time, I touched my hair and it felt like silk. And uh, I recommend everybody try henna. I mean, I think it's amazing. Uh, but like I said, I kind of miss my old texture because my hair is, like I said, my hair is wavy. Um, Generally, when it's shorter, before it gets curly, and now, like when I brush my hair back, I don't have those waves anymore. So that kind of upset me because I like, I pull my hair back in a ponytail, and I see a lot of ladies that are natural do the same thing, and their hair's all wavy up here, and I'm like, where are my waves? Like, what happened to my waves? But it's it just comes with the territory. You live and you learn. Now, when I have my hair wet from the shower and just have it draping over my face, the waves are much deeper and longer. Which was like, wow, okay, whose hair is this? Um, and of course, at the ends is where it's the straightest because it acts almost like a relaxer. It does lengthen your texture. And the ends have had the most exposure to the henna. Um, so it's been an interesting journey. If you have any other specific questions about henna or hair in general, just like I said, contact me. And because this video is running long, I don't even know if it's going to upload. So anyway, this is Dr. Henna signing off. Talk to you later. Bye.